8 wins, receiving AP top 25 votes for the first time since 2010. Jim Mora, Dave Benedict, taking all of this personally, and now a shot at a 9-win regular season and a showdown to one of the top quarterbacks in the country down at FAU. Let's get into it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah. UConn, baby. Home of the champions. Let's go.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Rensu Hoops Cap crossover. Let's get that off of Joey's face. I don't want any of that on there. Listen. I'm struggling to find words today because we've been talking about, how we're going to structure this podcast for a while. And I didn't really know how much we would do of this because they started kind of, uneven, right? We were doing the shows. They have the tough game against Syracuse, then they lose the overtime game against Delaware. And I was just like, oh man, in my head, I was like, are we going to have to do losing UConn football? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, that's the way I thought through this. And for the first time since 2010, fast forward to now, the Huskies receive an AP top 25 vote. Joe Fagnano's getting Heisman love. It's an acknowledgement of what they've built, and to skeptics like myself, and as an eternal optimist on the basketball side, I am the complete opposite on the football side, just in general in the sport. And Jim Mora has done an amazing job. You got to credit Dave Benedict, who we're hopefully going to have on the show really soon. Talk to me right now, dude. 8 wins, 3 overtime losses. In hockey, you're 8-0-3. What are your thoughts going into the last game of the year?
I mean, optimism and listen, if you would have told me 5 years ago that we would have 2 back-to-back 8-win seasons or more, we would take it, because this was abysmal. You got to understand, the years that we lived through in the 50-point games, and me living down the street and me going to those games, even when they were getting beat, to be here, we are so fortunate and so lucky to have all our sports at UConn, really, to be competitive and be great. And it's one of those things that we back, baby. We back. It's like, hey, man, with UConn basketball, UConn football, like, that's when UConn's at its best, is when their basketball programs and their football programs are winning. And look, we have a Heisman Trophy candidate. Let's go.
Joey. And also, we didn't talk about this because it's been a while. In the game against Air Force, he has his first pick.
Yep.
And I don't know, you were there. So I'm watching it I'm watching it, and bro, CBS, the cameraman bit on the fake so hard that by the time you looked up on the screen, Air Force had the ball, and I was like, if you didn't see it on television, did it actually happen?
Yes, it actually happened, and I was there to witness it. And unfortunately, we all knew is when that ball was tipped, and we saw a tip drill. We're like, no, like what's that paper towel commercial when you're like, no.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
100%. He saw that, we knew it, man. Listen, it was bound to happen. We're hoping it didn't, but it happened. We got it out of the way, so now they can stop jinxing them and stuff like that too. But it's also I'll give a lot of credit to Air Force's defense. They played a hell of a game. This is one team that, if we talked about a little earlier in the before show, I would have said this is a team that's going to give us trouble. They're running quarterback. They like to punch people up the middle, being a run team. This is what UConn really has trouble with at times. I mean, if you look at a lot of those overtime games and whatnot, that's a lot of problems we have, is running quarterbacks and people running the ball up the middle at us consistently and attacking us. But they also can't throw the ball to save their life, so that helped.
No, I think it's I think you're right too, because even when you face, technically the best quarterback they've faced all year is Darian Mensah, and he's not exactly a break the pocket and run guy. He's a break the pocket and look to throw downfield. Yep. And that actually played into UConn's hands in the defense's hands. Like, once they got into the meat of that game, not to say that they wanted him to go wild, but it's one of those things where it's when they face the quarterback that breaks the pocket and then goes for 15, 20 yards.
Yep.
and prolongs drives where you feel like you're stopping them. Those have been the ones that have given them the most trouble over the last few years. So they're facing one this week. Caden Vencap is is right there with national passing yards with Joe Fagnano. He's a little bit of a hybrid in that respect, but they really are going to be more like that Darian Mensah category versus, say, like a Reed and triple option type team. So I think it plays into their strength at this point, getting after the quarterback and trying to force turnovers.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you look at the quarterback they're playing throws a lot of interceptions. He has 14 interceptions on the season, and that's gonna play right into him. I mean, if we can't get to him, we got to get the ball off. Hopefully, we can snag it out the air. And I mean, it's a good matchup too. Listen, if they're gonna throw the ball and it's gonna be a heavy passing game, that's good for our offense up too. I mean, force Skylar Bell the ball. I mean, that's one thing too. As you saw it, is a couple plays when Skylar Bell got the ball, the offense changed a little bit, and I don't understand why you get away with it. Is get your best player the ball. I was like, hey, even on design reads and things like that, get the ball to Skylar Bell because our passing offense goes through him, and it's a big thing to get him touches and get him in the game. He was I think I'm pretty sure. I don't think you guys saw it, but he was having some conversation, some words with Joe on the sideline. Like, can we figure this out? Like, come on.
Wasn't there an incredible catch on like a screen where he just basically grabbed it with one hand?
Yeah,
I'm trying to. Yeah, he
grabbed the one hand and just took it for 10 yards, like first down. Like,
bro,
all right, let's lose chance.
He's ridiculous. He really is. And who's his comp? Who's his comp in the NFL? Like right now, like because I have one and it's crazy wild. But when I look at his stature and like how they use him, I'll tell you mine. But I want to hear yours first.
For me, I think it's like Victor Cruz. Prime Victor Cruz.
I can see that.
For prime Victor Cruz for you. Like when Victor Cruz came out of nowhere, lit it up. I mean, and that's the thing too, is I think having the full faith in everyone behind him and just the pure confidence of him, the connection. So with Joe Fagnano, so.
You're gonna laugh or maybe not laugh. Maybe you'll look at it and go, "That's pretty brilliant." In terms of his production and how they use him, dude. If you ever watch a Bengals game, he's basically the Jamar Chase. Like he's 6 foot, 200 pounds, and he doesn't play 6 foot, 200 pounds. He plays bigger because he can go up and get it, but he also has a wider frame at 6 feet, 200 pounds. He's not like a tiny guy, or like you put him on the inside and throw those little bubble screens, and he plays like a running back. So. Yeah, that's my modern day comp. That we're old now, so Victor Cruz is like people are like, who's Victor Cruz? You know what I mean? Like, but that's also a great comp. But Victor felt like more compact. And by the way, I love the name Victor. It's my son's name. So like it's so like I get that, but like for me, Jamar feels like rangier, and that's why I give him. I mean, Skylar kind of reminds me of Jamar in that respect. But yeah, I don't know if you read the Mike Anthony article with Dave Benedict about how they took it personally when people said UConn should drop football altogether or to drop it to like a subdivision. Do you buy that this rebuild is completely personal to Dave Benedict, where he was just like, you know what? I'm not putting words in ADDB's mouth, but it's almost like, okay, bet. Fuck you. I'm gonna run it the way we feel like it should be run, and if you don't like it, just watch us. Do you think that's how it went?
I think it's how it went, because you got to understand also the logistics and money wise too. Is like Rensselaer's getting up there where they're gonna have to make a standstill, like a big financial investment into Rensselaer Field renovation soon. So I would say yes, they did take that personal, because the programming too, especially being football, is very cost permitting and also losing. I mean, and it wasn't like we were losing bad. It was it was fit. Like, how are we giving up 50 points every game? And so I would say it's been having a good coach at the helm like that to build around, and also he's a player's coach. He's an NFL guy. Like having him, you can say Jim Mora saved our program, and like but. Yeah, I would say they took it personal, and they honestly were the Store Central logo on there with NAL Collective is amazing, and even their record, just having that on there. But yeah, I would say they're very lucky, and they've also too is they've taken transfers and they've actually built the transfers. There haven't been kids just come in and come out. They've taken kids, they've taken the right kids and they've produced them, and that's what you can see. And also staying Skylar. Imagine this team without Skylar Bell. If he's at Michigan. This is a completely different offense.
I know. you know,
Because
you'd
let me
like to,
interrupt you.
yeah, go ahead.
Because look at that 1 year in our spring game when we lost our two top receivers just dipped before the season. I think that's the season we had lost. I think that was the season before, like 2 years ago, when we had no help.
Mm-hmm. No, I really do think what's interesting is if let's say Skylar Bell does go play for Michigan.
Yeah.
I think that they're really heavily reliant on the tight ends. I think this is more of like a ball control offense. But when you have a Ferrari in your garage, you gotta take it for a spin every once in a while. And we're wearing out the tires on the Ferrari because my man is getting a lot of targets, and he should. How many games has he had 3 touchdowns? I mean, like, it's just freaking wild. So like I'm forever grateful to him that he did not choose the bigger money option at Michigan because, you know, let's be honest. I think what and I know UConn basketball is in a much different stratosphere when it comes to NIL and they get 5 stars and all that stuff. But the correlation is still there. If you play for UConn football and you're making less NIL money, but you have a spotlight put on you at a program that has an NFL coach that has the network that you're looking for once the season is over to go play at the next level. And then if you look at UConn basketball, is the spotlight even brighter? Yes, because they're probably going to be playing for Final Fours and championships this year and the next. But the long-term investment of you taking less money in college to advance yourself later in life and create that kind of generational wealth that all these guys are searching for. If you want to go chase the quick buck and maybe you're good enough to like Cooper Flagg or, you know, one of these guys that can go play or the kid at Michigan that's playing quarterback that can make $10 million. And it's like, I mean, I'd probably go there too if you were paying me 10. But at the same time, like, I think there's a really good selling point that this football team and this athletic department is basically selling, that like we have the network that can put you in the best position possible for not just the present, but the future and beyond. We care about you. We want to bring you into this family. And I think that's kind of the sell. Like we're such a transactional society right now that this UConn football and this UConn basketball program feel very synergistic, where it's like this entire group is one big family and they're all helping each other out. So I think that's the beautiful thing about this, is that it's ended up this way. Like the story has been completed.
I mean, I would say that if you look at like Skylar Bell again, we had to re-recruit him again.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Having the faith and having him in the trust of coming back home. And also, too, we have 38, 39 seniors graduated. So we're going to be pirating the portal again for these kids that are coming from different divisions. Hey, why don't you come to UConn? It's going to be like, hey, we'll be competitive. You'll win games. You're still getting NIL money. And also, too, with the whole revenue sharing with with the college coming too as well, they're gonna get money. I mean, it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's also, and we're also not getting those for me. Like, we're not getting the quarterback from Michigan. We're not gonna be able to put 10 million, but like that.
That's okay.
It is okay. We're gonna get the best athletes we can get, and that's what we've always done.
And here's the thing, and I think this is for every sport, whether you're at UConn or whether you're at, you know, freaking Santa Clara or wherever else. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, across the country. The best teams are going to continue to be. Do you have the best athletes? Probably. Do you have the best coaching staff, and the infrastructure is there? Because very similar to like the way baseball and football teams that don't have big money kind of piece together their teams, it's going to be about roster management, right? So, you know, like I hate to use the word Moneyball, but it's the reality, right? So if you have a budget, and, you know, like a guy like Fagnano is a perfect example. Who the hell was picking a quarterback from Maine? You know what I mean? Like finding those little diamonds in the rough that you could, because you have an NFL head coach and an offensive coordinator that is tailoring to his skill set. And now they have a framework of what they're looking for. So there's people are going to see there. Maybe you get some guys that have interest now. It's like, well, I want to go play in that offense. It's pretty freaking cool. So like they're all of this stuff is a snowball effect. And if they continue to do the right thing, they'll sustain that success.
Yeah, 100%. I'm pretty sure I think the Maine's offensive coordinator came with him too, right? I'm pretty sure. I think it was one of those. I'm pretty sure there's something like that.
Gordon Samus?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so. I think he was at Samus was at because I made it a point last year to talk about this.
Or it was previously. I'm pretty sure. Like I thought, like he brought his guy, one of the offensive coordinators previously. Maybe I'm this, but I know there's something like that. I thought.
Let me look it up, because Gordon Samus was at a military academy where they play football, and I was just like, bro, like if
I'm
you're
pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it
something like
could
that happened. Like one of the main guy came and he brought Joe with him. Like he was like, "Oh, hey, come on offense," but maybe
okay,
not.
maybe it's someone that's on the staff, and I could be
Yeah,
completely wrong about Gordon, but God, where's the it's VMI. So
yeah.
when Gordon was a coach at VMI, I've had I've had prominent coaches on both the men's basketball and football side say to me that, and this is no disrespect to the guys that are like that actually go to the school, but like as far as if you're a coach, it's like what is there to do at VMI? And this is just the comment that I got was like, try not to be too depressed where you drink yourself to sleep every night.
Ooh.
It's just there's
Yeah.
nothing. Like people, fucking joke around about stores and how there's like it's a quiet little, cow town.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, try being in Lexington, Virginia, where
Oh
it's literally just
no. Oh,
the
I know.
military academy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I got my girlfriend's got family down there. We know there's nothing. There's nothing down there.
But
It's
that
sad. Yeah.
specific area
Yeah.
is wild. So
Yeah.
when he got hired, I actually was just like, when you hire a guy from VMI, you're hiring a serious coach, either football or basketball, because they're not doing anything else, bro. Like they are siloed. There's not much else. If UConn wins this one in Boca Raton, 9 wins, should they be ranked?
Oh, 100%. They should have ranked, and I'm hoping they have a dominant performance on that too. If we're gonna sell out, let's sell out. I mean, this is also kind of gonna be a tough game. I feel like as well because
Yeah, it is.
we kicked them out. I mean, that quote last time, they're like, "How did they get this much better?" Remember that quote? The coach was like, "What are we doing? What are we doing wrong that they are improving this much, and how can we fix it?" And I'm hoping. Listen, I'm hoping Joe goes out there, throws 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, and solidifies his case as a Heisman candidate because solidifies it, and that'd be great for UConn because that gets better recruits and better national media and better spotlight. So
I totally agree.
let's see what the spread is.
By the way,
Yep.
last year, UConn FAU, I was in the hospital. My daughter had just been born, and I was watching this on the iPad. And I remember watching the press conference the next day about God, like how did they get so much better than us so quickly? And so that I'll always remember that game specifically. And also, what's funny is this FAU team. I don't know if you remember when I was doing Locked On. People reach out to you all the time like, hey, do you want to do a collaboration? You do like a pregame show, and an FAU content creator reached out, and it was like now he's probably older, but a 14-year-old kid named JJ Mentz. And so like I definitely want to reach out to him this week and see like if he wants to come on the show like after the game, because he was so cool. Like, and the best is like, you know how this works now. Like I give you a link, you come on the show and you pop up. So when I gave JJ the link, just email, pop this like 13-year-old kid pops up, and I was just like, oh, hey. It was just like, what are you doing here? And it was just like, he was like, I have like the official football podcast for FAU. I was like, bro, that kid is gonna be a star in broadcasting because he's really good. And we did like a fun bet that if UConn wins, he'd wear a Husky hat, and like he like put it on his social media. I just remember that because again, pretty cool to do a show with a kid who's like 14 years old and is like really really good at what we do here. So I hope at some point we get a chance to talk to him because he's cool as shit. We can't say shit on the air though with him in there because he's a child. So
yeah, it's frowned upon.
You got to watch your language, Joey. I mean,
I will watch my language.
Big picture here. What is the number it takes for Joey, and are they hunting for him to get an invite to New York? Because guess what? I don't think that's going to happen. But if he's like in the top 10 in Heisman voting and they can tout that, like what's like the crazy number he has to hit that maybe it's like, well, shit, maybe we should give him a nod to come to the city.
I'm gonna say if there was like 300 yards 300 more passing yards and probably like at least 3 touchdowns, I would say then you're like, all right, we might need to. If he lights it up, because also too, I was at the UConn game last night. They had him stand up from the crowd. They even put it on the jumbotron, and they were like, Heisman candidate, vote for him. So they're investing in this too. it's nice to see.
Yeah,
it.
there's a campaign. There's definitely a campaign.
Yep.
Um,
And it's
let's
also
look
a
at
down.
this really.
It's a down year for quarterbacks. I mean, there's no definitive stud. Like he's gonna be drafted too. You got to think that as well. So
Oh yeah, I also think like when you look at initially when someone said, "Do you think Joey can get drafted?" This a couple like maybe a year ago, and I was just like, I was like, I don't know if he works on, like how he levels his passes because he's got a cannon, but if he can work on a little bit of his touch and he's really great at anticipation. Reading defenses is at the next level is another animal. So we'll see, but I think he's got I mean, seeing him for a full season now, he definitely has the skill set. And we know that he reads defense as well at the college level because he hasn't turned the ball over. So, it's crazy, dude. Like over the last, if we look at I'm looking at his stats right now, so I'm not just like pulling this out of the ether. So if you look at his last 2 seasons, he has 25 touchdowns this year, 1 interception. I believe last year, let me look at last year's stats really quick. He only threw 5 picks or 4 picks last year. So over the last 2.5 season and a half, because he only played half the year, he has 45 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on 64% passing. It's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
He's never thrown more than 6 interceptions on a season. Looks like.
Yeah, and it's one of the, obviously you're playing at Maine, maybe that people aren't looking at that as much, but I also want to know, and this is why this is a comment for another day. I mean, my guy has like a really long history in college. Like I know he's been hurt and there was COVID year and all that stuff. So I'm always that's the reason why people are like, hey, we should just give the college kids 5 years to finish, and then injury aside, that's what you get, and that way it mitigates the whole like, oh, I'm a 7th year senior. You know what I mean? Like Tommy Boy.
No, I'm all for it. Give him 7 years. Let him play. Let him play.
Give him 7 more years.
Give him 7 more years. No,
I mean, I think if you could take advantage of it, people are just like, what are these guys doing, bro? We've talked about this. If someone gave me money to go play basketball or another sport right now in college at like 30, I would do it, and that was 15 years ago. There's no shame in my game. I'd be like, oh, I get to do what I love and get paid for it. Okay, cool.
I'm doing it right now. I've emailed. Hey, I'm pretty sure I got 1 year of eligibility.
I got 1 year left.
I got 1 year left. I was like, comeback time. I was like, hey, I got my highlight tapes. I got my flag football stuff.
Was that the subject email? Comeback? ?
Yeah, I was like, eligibility ? NIL ? I was like, legally changed my name to Joey Bailbonds.
And this is Jim Mora looking at that email.
Nah. He's like, Joey Bailbonds? I was like,
Joey B?
Joey B?
That's crazy.
Come back?
Yeah, come back now. No. He was like, no.
He said maybe not our team. Hey, try later. I'll refer you. But no.
I'll refer you to UMass.
Dude, I could definitely play there. Oh boy. I might help him win a game, man. You never know.
You might, or BC. You never know.
Yeah,
get some of that money.
But no, I'm all for players playing longer, and also too, you're seeing it with these quarterbacks. Even the Louisville quarterback is playing for the Saints. He was in college a long time as well too, and especially for the quarterback position and a lot of these players, it's good to keep them in college longer because they can mature for the most part. Unless you're a freak talent, you're already a first round pick, go. But getting your money, getting more years. The more you play, the better athlete you're going to be for the most part, barring injury. But you're going to be better at the game and more successful for the future if you're going to go pro. And that's the great thing I like seeing. I mean, I think Miami had that one kid who was there for 8 years, the tight end.
Yep. And on the basketball side, you got the kid that played for Auburn who's still in the pro, still in college. Chad Baker Mazzaro is like 25 or 26. So, as long as they're allowing it, if you're the player, you do what you do. Let people like me and others, hate on you from afar. It doesn't matter. Obviously, and I'm not hating on Joey. I'm just saying, like, when you look at his, if you're a casual observer of his, and then you look at his stats, you're like, I'm sorry, how many years has he played? You just don't look at the context. Anyway, all right. Last thing, they're playing this. Obviously, they're playing this weekend.
Mhm.
9 wins. If they get to that 9-win total, what's the bowl game that you want to see them play, or maybe an opponent that you want? One of the two or both.
I'll give you. I saw one that they're projecting now was like the Duke's Mayo Bowl against Pitt. That'd be a really good matchup against a good ACC team because also it's an old rivalry game too, as well with
Mm-hmm.
Pitt. So that and also Pitt's no joke, and if we could beat them to go 10 wins, that's a real formidable thing. But I really looked and see. I mean, I'd like them to play. I mean, what like it'd be nice to see like old school Big East matches, like a West Virginia or a Pitt or a team
Or
like that.
Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, like bring those rivalry games. It's old matchups that we used to love to see at the Rent and love to be a part of. Those would be great games. Yeah, and also, but
Yeah.
also to but also to timeout. It's also
Good.
hard to. It's also hard too, though, is because in the bowl game you might get Pitt, but it's not. It might not be the same Pitt team that you played in the regular season because if their transfers are, hey, I'm opting out of the bowl game because I'm going to go somewhere else. That's the hard part as well too. I mean, and also too, is Joey and Sky going to play in the bowl game as well? So I think they would, but that's a real thing too. If they're going to prepare, hey, is it like that's a big thing now? Is what team are you really going to face in the bowl game?
Yeah, and I think that's part of why people get frustrated with like the state of college football in that respect. You have these guys who opt out, or you had a guy like who's the kid that transferred to North Carolina, like after the Fenway Bowl.
Oh, Jolly? Oh no, it
No,
was
no,
Yates. It was Yates. No, that's
Yates. Yep,
UNC. Yates.
yep.
I don't think he's played much either.
No, he hasn't, and it's not surprising. You get sold a bill of goods, and that's why I keep saying that the UConn pitch is, people think that's like kind of hokey, but it's the truth. Like the idea that you have that long term plan with UConn versus kind of like the transactional, like we'll just throw you a bag of money and we'll see what happens. I could also see UConn playing like Florida State. That'd be a wild one because they're down, but also they're
Yeah.
probably gonna, if they're bowl eligible, we'll see. I don't know. What about if Clemson sneaks into a bowl game and you play a team like Clemson or Tulane or someone like that? I think a team what I want to see is a team that is not going to sit a bunch of players like you talked about, right? And let's say UConn has their full complement. Joey plays, Sky plays, and then they play up against a team that has a similar mentality that is going to be like a really good football game versus because this happens all the time, like you mentioned, like an SEC team doesn't get into the college football playoff and then they lose to like a Big 12 team. It's like, oh, we didn't play our guys. You know what I mean? Like that bullshit happens all the time.
It's like the Georgia Florida State game when Florida State didn't make college football playoff and then they didn't play anybody and then they're back up Georgia. I bet the house on that one. My dad's girlfriend did not pay me.
Oh, well, hey, listen, you got to go collect Joey V. You got to go collect on that. All right, before we go, Thanksgiving's coming up. What's on Joey Bailbonds Thanksgiving? Like, what's the hierarchy? Like your top, meat. Are you a turkey guy, ham guy, steak guy? What are the sides? I want to hear your Thanksgiving feast.
Oh, this is good.
Talk to me.
Give me some turkey with gravy. I need some mashed potatoes, some mac and cheese. Right. If there's twice baked potatoes, I'm taking those down. Give me some green bean casserole. I need the
Yes.
I need the canned cranberry sauce.
It's true. If you're gonna go cranberry sauce, that's the way to do it. Don't give me this. I made this from scratch bullshit. Nope. Give me the can.
Nope. Yeah, green bean casserole. I will take some.
What about stuffing? Are you a stuffing guy?
Oh yeah, give me the stuffing with the sausage. I am Italian. I got my Italian.
That's that's. I don't get the stuffing with the sausage anymore because I'm not living near my parents or my
gotta make it, bro.
No, I honestly, man, I'd be the only one to eat it. So my wife makes really great mashed potatoes. Green bean casserole is definitely in the mix. But that stuffing with sausage, when we do go up north sometimes for Thanksgiving, that's a really quality call.
But even that, I got the pasta, I got the baked ziti, I got some raviolis. We smorgasbord.
Do you guys do that? Like, do you guys really do the? Okay.
Oh yeah, we do Italian feast in my house. My last name is Piero, so it's like
I know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because my family, when I lived up in Connecticut, is very Italian. on my dad's side, and there would be a lasagna at some point on Thanksgiving. So like that, I wasn't sure if that's because I don't consider our family traditional like Italian. Like it's Northern Italian. There's some things that are similar, some things that aren't, and so I just was curious. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's sweet potatoes. Gotta have sweet potato casserole, sweet potato mashed. Some candy yams.
Sweet potatoes have made a really good comeback in terms of like their popularity. I didn't eat a lot of sweet potatoes as a kid, but again, Italian dad, Cuban mom, a lot of like just meat and a potato, a starch, or rice or something like that. So sweet potatoes we didn't get into that until much later in life. So that's a good one though.
Yeah,
absolutely. What about dessert? Like, what's your go-to dessert on Thanksgiving?
It's got to be some sort of pie, either an apple pie, a sweet potato pie. I'm making my father's. My favorite is a ricotta pumpkin pie my dad makes.
Really?
Yeah, interesting. So good. Sweet ricotta. Yeah, dude, my dad kills it. Great chef.
Show idea for Joey Bailbonds. Cooking with Joey B, where he's baking a pie or doing something cool. Get some cameras, get some GoPros in the kitchen. Hey man, I got this. This is the idea. We're gonna option this. We get a sponsor, like one of these food services places, and they send you the ingredients, and then you film your cooking of the. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
Dude, that might work. I got a good kitchen. I can chef it up.
There you go.
Now we got
all right. Listen,
me versus you, Mark versus Joey.
I'm not good at following directions. I just throw shit together. So prediction, I feel like we both feel like they're going to win this game.
Yep.
By how much? What are your expectations before we go?
All right, I'm going to say it says UConn right now given 7.5 with an over under of 67.5. It's got a UConn win percentage at 64.2% matchup predicted according to ESPN. I say UConn wins by 10, and it's a 35-21 point matchup.
Yeah, I think that's a good that's a conservative but very spot on assessment. I think even if it's close, I think they push it past the 10-point spread late, like they've been doing lately. But who knows, man? It's a road game. If they call it, if they create turnovers, everything about that team changes. So I think that's what they need to do. I'm gonna be the opposite of you and go bigger. I'm gonna go 42-24 UConn win, and I think Joey goes nuts. I think he has like 350 and 4 touchdowns and runs for another one. I think there's some magic left in the Fagnano arms just yet.
I think you're right too. I mean, FAU is only 4-6, so I don't think
they played some tough teams though. Like the American is not as shitty as people think it is. They got their ass kicked by the teams that they should, and they played some tougher. They played a tough game against Tulane. They played a tough game against Memphis early, and then got the crap kicked out of them. So they'll hang around if they have a good game. They'll hang.
Well, I take that back because they actually play Eastern Carolina next week, so they could. This could be a game for motivation. If they win this game, they can make a bowl game 6-6. So
right.
Yeah, and they also, I think Tulane. Yeah, they played. Yeah, they
played them tough. And lost by 10.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's Joey. I'm Mark. We will see you guys next time. Hopefully, next time we do this show, we'll be talking about where they're playing, the bowl game, and all of that. I'm just really excited that this team is where they're at, and we're going to see have a great Thanksgiving. Him and I will talk, but everybody else, we'll see you soon.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah. UConn, baby.